All the Guptan kings we have seen. Yes. Okay. So next we have to see the Guptan polity. How the polity was their religion, society, all of that. Now, first the Guptan polity. King was head of the state. It is same like all other polity which we have seen earlier. King was head of the state, and king was called as different names were there. Maharaj, Parameshwar, Eknath, Rajaraj, Rajadiraj, Ishwar. So these were the names depending on the area. Northern side it was different, eastern side it was different. Now Gupta Empire is very big. So one king is there for entire most of the parts of India. So different region, different names were there. King was first citizen of the state of their kingdom, commander in chief and fountainhead of justice. Next, primogeniture was practiced. What is primogeniture? Primogeniture. Hmm? Yes. What is primogeniture? Eldest son of the king will become the next king. That is called as primogeniture. So whoever is the eldest son of the king, that will become the next king. Understood? Yes? Okay. Next, the king appointed ministers called as mantri, and the council of ministers was called as mantri parishad. Officers were also appointed. They were called as Durgapala, fort in charge, senapati, head of the army, Mahadandanayaka, chief justice, and Samaharta, revenue officer, tax collector. Understood? So these were appointed. Next, he means who? King. King also appointed advisors called as Ratnins. This is the same. The empire was called as Samrajya. It was further divided into states called as Bhukti, and each Bhukti had an in charge called as Uparika. So Uparika was in charge or head of one Bhukti. Like that, all the Bhuktis together was called as Samrajya, kingdom. Bhukti was further divided into districts called as Vishaya, and its head was Vishayapati. The terms are important. Army was the backbone of Guptas. The army here for the first time they have divided into different departments. First was Pilupati. Pilupati means department of elephants. Ashwapati means department of horses. Narapati department of soldiers. Ratapati department of chariots. So the first time army is been divided. Next, Guptan law was based on Rajya Dharma. King to be fountainhead of justice. So king, whatever he says is the word. Understood? His law is law. His word. No one can go beyond his word. New law books were compiled, means made. First example, Manusmriti. Second, Dharma Shastra. Okay, this must come. Dharma Shastra, Dharma Sutra, and Narada Smriti. There were three courts. Supreme Court, like we have Supreme Court, High Court. That time in Guptas there were three courts where at the capital. What is capital? Patliputra, Prayag, and one more. Not Rajgir. Patliputra, Prayag, and Madhya Pradesh. Which one? Kanauj. We have seen. Next, first Karana. Karana means the court for personal disputes. Adi Karana for state disputes, in between states, in between those Bhukti, what we call, and Dharmastya, disputes with foreigners. These all courts were there. Karana for personal dispute, Adi Karana for state dispute, Dharmastya court for disputes with foreigners. Who will be the chief justice? Appointed by king, called as Mahadandanayaka. For the first time, prison laws were made, and the royal prison was constructed at Patliputra. What is a prison? Jail. Understood? Jail. Next, okay, Guptan society. Any doubts in the polity? How was there everything? Okay, so polity was mostly centralized, means king's word was important. Understood? Next, society. Patriarchal society and joint family system was there. Patriarchal and joint family system existed. Patriarchal means how we have today, father as head of the family, and joint family system means grandfather, great grandfather, uncle, auntie, everyone living in one house. Varna and Jati system continued, which was there. Monogamy and polygamy marriages were practiced. Child marriage entered. So what we are writing as entered, it is for the first time. Child marriage entered for the first time when in Gupta Empire. Stri Dhan was compulsory, and one more new thing, intercaste marriage was prohibited. Understanding? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, like that. Intercaste marriage was prohibited. Sati entered for the first time and compulsory for royal women. Education was optional. Prostitution existed for the first time. We have seen South India comes in North India also. They were called as Ganika or Kulata, two names. Untouchability existed. They were called as Chandalas. This is it. Chandalas. Slavery existed. First time what is entering, female infanticide and female feticide is entering for the first time in society. Understood? Why female infanticide and what is female infanticide? Killing of a female child who is born. Understanding? Who is born after birth, they kill it. Female feticide means killing before born, before the birth. Understood? So this is entering for the first time. Why it is entering? Why? You are asking, I'm asking, you are asking me why.
They want son. They want son as
Not exactly. That is one different part. They want son, but even if they want son, they will not kill female at that time. Stridhan kodabeko. Okay, one small 1% for that. 1-2%. This you told they want boy. Okay, that is 10%. What is maximum 80%? To save the girls from sati. Understanding? So the parents or the families, what they were thinking is they have to die, and that is a very painful death. Better don't born only. Understanding? To save from sati. And Devdasi system also we'll see later. Okay. No property ownership for women. Outcast entered for the first time. What is outcast? Means in a family, for example, A, B, C, D are living. Okay, A, B, okay, 1 minute. A, B are grandfather, grandmother. C, D, E, F are there. This is not reasoning. A, B, grandfather, grandmother, and D is his son, this is son, and they are wives. So they have again children. So this is a joint family. X, Y, Z, 1. Okay. So this is a joint family, yes. Now let's say this one, odd one. He says that I want to marry a Shudra. So this entire family will declare him as outcast. He has to go away from the village and stay somewhere out, treated as untouchable. They were called as outcast. Understood? Not a part of family. Why? Because if they marry, the entire family will be in danger in that place. Understood? Okay. Outcast entered for the first time. Honor killing entered. Now the family do not want this to make as outcast, because people will further remember that your son somewhere living there is an outcast, was an outcast, something like that. So this all together will kill one. Honor killing. Understood? So that the question is only not there of one. Understood? That is called as honor killing. Human sacrifice and child sacrifice entered for the first time. So they were believing that to please gods or to make some things or for land or ownership or something like that, if they, instead of animals, they kill humans or child, then they will get it more faster, something like that. So human sacrifice and child sacrifice is recorded for the first time. Superstitious beliefs entered for the first time. What is superstitious? That they see hand, everything.
cat crosses the road. Black cat.
A black cat crosses the road, then by seeing the hand they will tell future, etc. That is all superstitious beliefs. Next, rape entered for the first time, recorded for the first time in this society. A new community entered called as Kayastha. They were record keepers, writing history. Purana stopped recording after this. So who have recorded? This group, Kayastha. Devdasi system entered. Devdasi system means the parents of a daughter, to save her from all of this, Sati also, to save from all of this, they were telling that don't marry, go and work in temples to serve the god. So Devdasi system entered for the first time. Understood? Next, forced labor entered and they were called as Vishti. Forced labor means working for someone without any profit, without any salary or without anything. Work like a slave and go. Black magic and witchcraft entered for the first time. Occupation was based on Varna. Position of women was inferior to men. Men was superior and considered women as inferior. Society was not egalitarian.
What is witchcraft?
Hmm?
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft, how should I tell you that? You have seen Harry Potter movie? So that those are witches, like they will do like this and witchcraft.
Stick to something.
Yes. Wand we call it as. Those are called as witches.
Sati was compulsory for royal.
Royal.
So why they are like killing almost females also?
Because in that society, how it was there, if a husband died and if the woman is not performing sati, then she was seen as a very bad character, something like that. She was not respected and treated as outcast or untouchable. So they were thinking that at that time, when that life of untouchable or outcast was so bad, that is better to perform sati and die. So everyone was performing it. Understood? Any doubts in this society? Yes? No? Okay. Next, Guptan religion, Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Bhagavatism, Buddhism, Jainism existed. So what was there? Continued. Guptans introduced avatar theory for gods. For the first time, they are bringing or they are giving avatars, different avatars for gods. There are 10 avatars for Lord Vishnu: Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, Parshuram, Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Kalki. So these are the 10 avatars of Vishnu they have given. Guptas have given them. Concept of Hinduism was born, and to promote Hinduism, temples are constructed for the first time in India. So now the temples are coming. Before this, there is no temple, no idol worship. Understood? Tantricism entered for the first time, borrowed from Roman Empire, Europe, Constantinople. No, tantricism is different, black magic is different. Everything comes under this only, but understood? Tantricism is different. Serpent worship was practiced. Snake worship. River Ganga, Tulsi plant, peepal tree were sacred for the people. Okay, next, Guptan architecture, important because here there is introduction of temples. So temples were made for the first time. The Guptan temples are called as pre-Nagara style of temples. Pre-Nagara style means those are before the Nagara style. Nagara style comes later in medieval India. This is the pre-Nagara style. Temples have three parts: Antaraka, Garbhagriha, Shikara. Three. See, here you can see. One I have marked, it is Antaraka. It is, in English we call it as plinth. So this is the base of the temple. This second which is there, that is Garbhagriha, we call it as sanctum in English. Garbhagriha means where the god idol is placed. Shikara means the above whatever they do design and that. This is oval shaped Shikara. This is flat shaped Shikara. Understood? Two types were there. So this is the diagram of temple. Examples of temples which are existing today that we study. First, Dashavatar temple at Deoghar, UP. See how it is. Plinth is there. This is the sanctum and this is the Shikara. This is Dashavatar temple at Deoghar, Uttar Pradesh. Next, brick temple at Bhitargaon. We do not know which god it was. It's a brick temple. Historians keep the name brick temple because we need some name to identify that. So brick temple at Bhitargaon, again Uttar Pradesh. See here also again here plinth is there like this. Then this is there. And here you see this small temple which is in front, that this is made later behind. Only the front bricks, what you can see I have marked like this, see. Only this is there. That behind it is later it is. Understood? Parvati temple at Nachnakutara, Madhya Pradesh. So this is flat roof. Parvati temple. Heard? We have Parvati temple in India. It is there. Where? Nachnakutara, a place in Madhya Pradesh. See here also again this plinth is there, base of the temple. Then this is sanctum. Here we can enter, and this is the shikara. Flat shikara is there. We do not know. There might be some construction above this which has fallen. We do not know. So we consider it as flat shikara. Shiva temple at Bhumara, MP. This gate and all later government has made it. It was not there at that time. Shiva temple at MP. This is also flat roof. We do not know whether it has demolished or fallen or something. We don't have any idea. Vishnu temple at Tigawa, Madhya Pradesh. Next. Okay, done. Next comes the Sarnath School of Art. Again in architecture of Guptas. Sarnath School of Art, sculptures were more realistic and creative. They started to improve the facial expressions of sculptures which they were making. 3D view was given importance. Understanding? So a person how he looks, like that only, exactly like that sculptures were made. 3D view were given important. Regional centers were at Sarnath and Prayag, two centers, Sarnath and Prayag. They used red sandstone and red spotted stone to make the sculptures. Examples which we have: Lord Vishnu in Ananda Sayana posture, lying posture. So Vishnu's statue we have lying on snake, that is called as Ananda Sayana posture. Ek Muhi Linga, Ardhanarishwar, seated Buddha at Sarnath. See, this is Ananda Sayana posture. This is Ek Muhi Linga. This is Ardhanarishwar. You can see Ardhanarishwar, half male, half female Shiva. And this is seated Buddha at, what was that? Sarnath. I only forgot. Sarnath. Done? Any doubts? Yes, what happened? Okay. Next, paintings. Where paintings they have done? Ajanta caves. We have seen Vakataka Gupta era. Paintings, text of painting, a book for painting was written. Its name was Chitra Sutra by Vishnu Dharmotara, written in Sanskrit. Book for painting. Paintings were done in Ajanta cave. When we had seen that, who was that? Chandragupta II. Chandragupta II's daughter, Prabhavati Gupta, married Vakataka ruler Rudrasena. And the Vakataka Gupta era started, where paintings in Ajanta cave were done. There are 30 caves in total. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site today. Important paintings, what they have painted: Padmapani, Vajrapani, Avalokiteshvara. These three are painted. Who are these? Where we have seen them? Buddhism. I am telling, not asking. Buddhism. In Buddhism, we have seen Mahayana Buddhism had teachers. Their names: Padmapani, Vajrapani, Avalokiteshvara. Yes. Buddha's birth, early life, Nirvana, sermon, all they have painted. Understood? See, paintings like this are there. Like these paintings. See, this is the painting of Padmapani, teacher of Mahayana Buddhism. Then this is some life story, life history showing of Buddha, birth or something like that. Okay, done? Any doubts? Clear? We'll move forward. Post Guptas. Okay. Okay. Now post Guptas, chapter 13, post Guptas, 540 AD to 606 AD. We have seen in the start of Gupta Empire that Gupta Empire is divided into two. 320 AD to 540 AD it is Gupta Empire. 540 AD to 606 AD it is a kingdom, dynasty. The kingdom has become small. Okay. Next. North India was divided into many independent kingdoms. So the after who was that last ruler? We have seen Bhanugupta. After him, the kingdom became weak till the last ruler Devgupta was ruling 606 AD. From 540 AD onwards, the kingdom became weak and came to only capital. Rest all other areas, different kingdoms established. So they started ruling. The all others declared independence. South India also declared independence. Then next in this North India, what we have later Guptas of Magadha. So this is only the Guptas which are ruling from 540 to 606 AD. How many years? 46 years. Yes, 46 years. So we call them as later Gupta of Magadha, where they had only Magadha. Understood? 66 years. Okay, 66 years. Capital was Patliputra. Last ruler they had Devgupta who ruled. Understood? Another kingdom which was there was Gaudas of Bengal. In Bengal, their capital was Lakhnauti. Important ruler Shashank. Shashank? Not Shashank. Sasamak. No, it is Shashank only. They have, okay, I have written now. He is Shashank. Shashank, he was anti-Buddhist and he cut the Bodhi tree. Means a tree was there which Buddha had planted. Its name was Bodhi tree. He had cut that. He was anti-Buddhist. Pushyabhutis of Thaneshwar, Haryana. Important ruler Rajyavardhana. He was son of Prabhakar Vardhana, famous ruler of North India, Haryana side. His sister, whose sister? Rajyavardhana's sister was Rajyashri or Rajshri or Rajyashri. He married to Grihavarman of Maukara in a Swayamvar. Remember this, Maukara is come later. His brother was Harsha, who had killed Devagupta. Important ruler Rajyavardhana of this Pushyabhutis of Thaneshwar. Remember the names. He was an important ruler. He had a sister Rajshri and a brother Harsha. Understood till here? Now next kingdom was Maukaris of Kanauj. Kanauj is in MP. Kanauj was the center of learning and trade. They beautified Kanauj, these people Maukaris. Important ruler Grihavarman who married Rajshri in a Swayamvar. Swayamvar means what? All these kingdoms. The Guptas also came, Gaudas also came, Maukaris also came. Year later these we have Varmans of Kamrup. Kamrup is in Assam. Important ruler Bhaskar Varman also came in the Swayamvar. He was friend of Harsha, remember him also. He was a tribal chief. So Assam was a tribal kingdom in tribes, forests. Maitrakas of Vallabhi. Vallabhi, center of trade and learning again. They established the Vallabhi University, famous university. Vallabhi University was established by Maitrakas of Vallabhi. In 516 AD, they convened second Jain council with Devardhi Shramana as president. Names you have to read or do whatever. In this council, by heart it. In this council, agamas were created in Apabharamsa language. So agamas means again new rules are coming. 516 AD. So almost 1000 years have passed from Jainism when the rules were made. So for the society, as the society has developed, they have made new rules. So second Jain council, 516 AD, Maitrakas of Vallabhi. Understood? Any doubts till here? Understood the 6 kingdoms. So North India had 6 kingdoms. Okay. So now what happens? There is a story I'll tell you. Story. Okay. This sister Rajshri had to be married, and his brother Rajyavardhan's father had died. Prabhakar Vardhan died. So Rajyavardhan, his brother, her brother, his or her, her brother conducted or he organized a Swayamvar. he invited all the kingdoms. These were invited. Later Guptas also came, Gaudas of Bengal also came, your Maukaris came, Maitrakas came, Varmans of Kamrup also came. So all have come, and the Swayamvar was conducted, competition was conducted, and Grihavarman won, so married Rajshri. But Devgupta loved Rajshri. Devgupta wanted to marry Rajshri. Devgupta tried, but he was weak, he could not win the competition, so what happened? Okay. Devgupta married Rajshri. No, Devgupta, Grihavarman married Rajshri. Devgupta wanted to marry, but he was weak, so he could not marry. Now, Grihavarman and Rajshri married where? Haryana, Thaneshwar. Thaneshwar they married. And Grihavarman and Rajshri were, after Swayamvar, were going back to Kannauj, where their kingdom Maukharis was there. In between, Devgupta and this king Shashank, they were friends. They both together planned. Devgupta told that I wanted to marry her, but who was that? Grihavarman married. So let's go and kill Grihavarman. So from this way, from Thaneshwar they were coming to Kannauj, in between they killed Grihavarman. Killed. Rajyavardhan, after knowing this, he came and attacked. Rajyavardhan also killed. So Grihavarman was killed and Rajyavardhan was killed by the combined army of Shashank and Harsha. Shashank and Devgupta. Okay, Shashank and Devgupta, their combined army killed who? Grihavarman and Rajyavardhan. Now, Harsha came to know all of this. The ministers of this Pushyabhutis of Thaneshwar made Harsha as the king because there is no king now. So Harsha was immediately made as king. And where? Here he was made at Kannauj, because he reached Kannauj hearing the death of these people. So they were near Kannauj. And by the time Harsha comes here, Rajshri was kidnapped by Devgupta and Shashank. Harsha came to know that Shashank took Rajshri. But Rajshri is where? Gupta Empire, Gupta Kingdom. Devgupta has taken. Harsha's friend was friend of Harsha, Bhaskar Varman. Bhaskar Varman and Harsha both together went to where? Gaudas of Bengal. And they killed Shashank. There they came to know that Rajshri is not here. Rajshri is not here, so they understood that it might be in Gupta Kingdom. They went there and they killed Devgupta. Understood? Rajshri had went into forest to perform sati because her husband had died. Death had happened, so she wanted to perform sati. Harsha went into the forest searching for her and stopped that sati. And he made sati as voluntary, not compulsion for anyone. In North India, sati became voluntary because of Harsha. Voluntary means it is optional. Take or do it with your happiness, not compulsion. And he brought back his sister to his kingdom. Understood? So this is post-Guptas. All of this happened from 540 to 606 AD. Any doubts? Clear? Okay, we have time. So this story of Harsha, this is only written everything. Harsha found Rajshri in forest in Bihar, brought her back to Kannauj. They came to Kannauj, made sati voluntary and made Rajshri as Rajmata, shifted capital to Kannauj. He came to Kannauj because center of North India was Kannauj, and the age of Harsha begins, means kingdom of Harsha. Next. Okay, so this was called as Vardhan dynasty. He changed the name. It was not known as Pushyabhutis now. It is known as Vardhan dynasty. Harshvardhana made it 606 AD to 647 AD. Only one king, Harsha. He had no son, daughter, no legal heir to take the kingdom forward. Only one king was there, Harsha. Capital Kannauj, language Prakrit. The ruler was Harshvardhana. He was a scholar and has written texts. 1. Priyadarshika, 2. Nagananda, 3. Ratnavali. 3 books he has written, all in Sanskrit. Rajmata was Rajshri and Harsha was a Shaivite. Shaivism. He was following Shaivism. His court historian was Banabhatta. A very famous historian he had named Banabhatta. This Banabhatta he had a title called as Asthana Kavi. And this Asthana Kavi has written 2 books. First, Kadambari. This is a play, story play, or artists they do some play like that. It is a play. And Harsha Charita. Harsha Charita is life history of Harsha. This they have written. From this Harsha Charita, we understand what and how the kingdom was there. They write that there were 5 contemporaries: Chalukyas of Badami, Eastern Chalukyas of Vengi, Pallavas of Kanchipuram, Cheras of Vanji, Pandyas of Madurai. Forgot Madurai, Pandyas. Next, in 629 AD, second Chinese pilgrim Huan Sang, T is silent, Huan Sang visited India. He is the second Chinese pilgrim. Who is the first one? Who told? Fahien. Fahien is the first one. You were there in the morning class also? You were there morning class? Yes. Okay. I thought she was sitting here only. I thought again same or you are there. You are doing 2 classes. You are from this batch or morning batch? ಅದ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀವಿ. The second Chinese pilgrim, Huan Sang, visited India. First was Fahien. So second was Huan Sang. He was born at Zhuang province of China and inclined towards Buddhism. He studied at Nalanda University and wrote a book, Siyuki. What was the book written by Fahien? Yes, travelogue. What name? Fokuki. This is Siyuki. He was selected as the come back. He was selected as the president of first religious assemblies. So Harsha in his kingdom conducted 2 religious assemblies. Where silence. Harsha in his kingdom conducted 2 religious assemblies where all the religions were invited to come and share their ideas, values, everything. So in first assembly, the president was Huan Sang. Harsha convened 2 religious assemblies, first at Kannauj with Huan Sang as its president, second at Prayag with Banabhatta as its president. Next, 642 AD, Harsha was defeated by Chalukya ruler Pulikeshin II. Pulikeshin II in Battle of Narmada. Battle of Narmada was fought in the year 642 AD in between Harsha and Pulikeshin II, where Pulikeshin II defeated Harsha, not killed. Killed and defeated is different word. Defeated Harsha means Harsha's army finished, they went back. Harsha became weak. He could not take that a South Indian ruler has defeated, so ego hurt. Understanding? So he became weak, and in 5 years, in 647 AD, he died without a legal heir, no one to take the kingdom forward. Understood? After Harsha's death, 36 of his feudal lords, zamindars, he had zamindars, so 36 were them. They declared independence and were called as Rajyaputras or Rajputs, beginning of medieval Indian history. Understood? Pulikeshin II did not occupy North India because we have seen there is a tradition that South Indian ruler does not occupy North India. Understood? So they just defeated, came back. No one was there. This 36 feudal lords took over the kingdom, declared independence. Harsha died, no one is there. So they were called as Rajputsas or Rajaputras. First chapter of our medieval India is Rajaputras or Rajputs. Understood? Any doubts? Okay. Tomorrow's class we will start with South India. We have to see what happened. So South India. No, he was alone. And he died also early. 647 he died. At a small age they made him the king. and 647 AD he died. So he was like around 40 years, 40, 45, in between 40, 50 he was there when he died. So died at a young age only. Any doubts? Yes? Any doubts in the Gupta Empire, post Gupta's Vardhan dynasty? Okay.